Hello and welcome, future Sullivan High School family. I hope you're all doing your best, especially in this time during the COVID-19 pandemic when we can't all be together. But let's make the most of it. I'm your host, Mr. Cepeda, your self-proclaimed Sullivan expert, and here to guide you through this virtual tour. Let's get started. Some of you may know that Sullivan's mascot is the tiger. Now allow me to introduce our fearless leader. He's no Joe Exotic, but he is our very own Tiger King. Let us welcome Mr. Chad Thomas.
Hi, everyone.
Before we get started, I just want to read off a couple facts about you. So you grew up in Mississippi. You're a father. You're a husband. You're well known as the principal who got Sullivan off of a 13-year probation period. You were asked to be on the mayor's transitional educational committee. And where does your passion and your energy to do all of this come from?
Well, I just love students. I love teachers. I love our staff at Sullivan. You know, it's just a great place to be. I always wanted to go to a school like Sullivan, and now I help to create a school like Sullivan with people like you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Thomas. I just read an article in the Chicago Block Club about Sullivan getting a facelift. Do you know what that's all about?
Yeah, so Sullivan, the building's almost 100 years old. It was built in 1923. So we're almost to our centennial party, which will be in a couple years. But CPS gave us $25 million to fix the roof, paint the classrooms, paint the hallways, do all kind of updates to the building. It's going to be like brand new on the inside. It's going to look beautiful with the old architecture of the past, but mixed with a brand new inside, starting in September of this year.
I'm excited to see that. So one thing that I noticed, Mr. Thomas, is when I came here as an intern at Sullivan in 2015 with Mr. Torres, I always would hear staff and students talk about how Sullivan used to be different. Now that you've been principal for 7 years, right? How has Sullivan changed, and how have you seen that change come about?
I think the biggest thing at Sullivan is we really believe in relationships. Relationship with each other, relationships with students, relationships with their families. And knowing who the kid is where we like to start our curriculum, where we like to start conversations, where we like to start just learning about who each other is each day. And I think that that's the biggest part of what's changed at Sullivan is we're a small school that we know everyone's story. We believe in everyone's story, and we believe we can get them to their next story, and whether that's in college or career.
We're so lucky to have a leader like you at Sullivan that inspires us and guides us through this journey. So thank you so much for joining us today and welcoming our students. Thank you. Thank you again to Mr. Thomas for stopping by. Moving forward, I want to bring forward our next guest, our Career and Technical Education Department. I'd like to welcome Ms. Syed, Ms. Evans, Mr. Clark, and it looks like they've brought some students with them. Ms. Evans, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Hi, Miss Evans. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Mr. Cepeda. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. I am doing pretty darn well. Miss Evans, what is career and technical education, and what does that look like at Sullivan High School?
I'm so glad you asked, Mr. Cepeda. Career technical education is relevant and it's important for our 21st century learner. And our 21st century learner at Sullivan, CTE looks like real world life application, where students have the opportunity to develop their personalized learning and personalized development. Our two clusters that we're so happy to have are business, entrepreneurship, and we have allied health and medical health careers. We're so excited to be a part of the Rogers Park community, and that is CTE at Sullivan.
I see that you have some students here with you, but before I get to that, I want to ask Ms. Syed, certifications, dual credit, what is that, Ms. Syed?
Hello, Mr. Cepeda. Thanks a lot for asking that. Have you ever wondered that just being at high school, you can also enroll in college and get college credits? That's what dual enrollment is all about.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what we offer at Sullivan.
There's also this thing called HOSA, and I think Latoya is here on this call too, and she can talk to us a little bit more about that. Latoya, what is HOSA? Can you break that down for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So HOSA stands for Health Occupation Students of America. It's an international student organization that promotes career opportunities in the healthcare industry. for future health professionals. The students that join HOSTA would receive firsthand knowledge and skills related to the healthcare.
So thank you, Latoya. There's also some students that leave the program with certifications and dual credit, like Ms. Syed just talked about. And I'm just going to need a little bit more information about that. And Oyinda, I hear that you have, or you are about to get a phlebotomy certificate. What is that? I hear it has something to do with needles. Can you stay away from me if you're dealing with that stuff? I'm kind of afraid.
Hi. Basically, phlebotomy is poking, like you use needles to like draw blood, basically. So I'm about to graduate from TTI medical school, and because of CTE, I actually had the opportunity to do this. So yeah.
And is that normal for a high school student to leave with that kind of certification?
No, definitely not. But Sullivan is pretty great with connecting people and like helping students get what they need to do.
Dual credit. Nagam, so you're taking classes in high school, but then you're taking more what is this? Dual credit? Talk to me about that.
So, well, dual credit is a college class that you can take for free, like Whiteland High School as a student. And I get the opportunity to take that class in college. It helps like improve my GPA, and it helps me like to improve my English learning skills.
Okay, so you're getting college credit and high school credit at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah, when you pass the college class, you earn the credit, and that credit helps improve your GPA in high school, which is good.
Okay, well, that's a really unique opportunity. Good for you, Nagam.
It is, and it's also for free.
I know, that's the best part. College credit for free. My next question is for Miss Evans. Thank you, Nagam. Miss Evans, I heard that your students go out and they work for companies and hospitals and they don't get paid. Can you please tell me, what is that about?
Oh, Joshua, I'm so glad that you asked, Mr. Cepeda. We have the opportunities to work with Lurie's Hospital, Rush, CVS Pharmaceutical. Our students have the opportunity to, yes, work for 8 weeks as an unpaid intern, and in the summer, they get paid. Yes, they get paid as pharmacy technicians or as phlebotomists as well. Thanks for asking.
Of course. And also, Mr. Clark, you're on this phone call too. You're the leader of the business program. And I wanted to know, is it true, Mr. Clark, that you can make me a millionaire if I take your classes?
Well, we can't physically give you the money to be a millionaire. We can give you the fundamentals and everything it takes. The business program here at Sullivan is just one of a kind. We have great students and great leaders here. We teach you about different things when it comes to accounting, taxes, credit, things that you need, the necessities of life. We have a great program here called the FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, where we go out and compete in Springfield against other high schools. We're a great program and just love it here at Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. So these programs, it sounds like they make Sullivan a really, really unique place with just these opportunities that a normal high school wouldn't have. So thank you so much, everybody from the CTE department, for sharing with me today. Now, before I introduce our next guest, I want to take a quick break and jump over to our Sullivan correspondent, Miss Ferguson. Miss Ferguson is the friendly face you see at the front of the school building every day, and she is a part of our Sullivan family and here to talk to us a little bit about family. So talk to us a little bit about family, Miss Ferguson, like as you're on your way to our next space.
Hi, Josh. Well, what family means to me at Sullivan High School is to have our students gain a sense of trust with the staff here at Sullivan. This place is just, oh my goodness, it's just an amazing place to be at. Everybody gets along, and to just have that trust and security here at Sullivan High School, it makes the experience all the more better. But I'm almost here, gonna take you here to our CTE medical room. This place, you'll love it. You'll learn so much here. And here we have Principal Thomas, where he'll greet you. Joy.
Hey, Principal Thomas.
Hi,
I'm in the
Hey,
medical room. This is one of two CTE medical rooms we have at Sullivan High School, where students take care of that guy all the time, drawing his blood. You know, sometimes you got to draw the blood to find out what's going on with this guy. And they can learn to be nurses, nurse practitioners, doctors, phlebotomists, pharmacists, all the things you can imagine in the medical world, especially in times like we have now, and to prepare students for future jobs in the medical profession.
Thanks so much, Principal Thomas. On the first day of school, I sometimes like to pretend I'm a student. Wake up in the morning, shave my face, moisturize, throw in a backpack, 21 Jump Street style, and ask these people for my schedule. Let's welcome my next guest, the counseling department. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Miss Madrid, so when am I going to know my schedule? Ya quiero saber.
Hold it. You'll get it. We'll promise we'll have it ready for you the first day.
Okay, so you've got your colleagues here with you. Could you introduce me to them?
Yes, I'd love to. Well, I'm Miss Madrid, and I'm the 12th grade counselor, followed by Miss Bruss, our amazing 11th grade counselor. We can't forget our caring counselor for 10th grade, Mr. Brooks. And finally, our fabulous freshman counselor, Miss Susswell.
So hi, everybody. Miss Bruss, what do you guys do as counselors? What is your job exactly?
Well, Mr. Zepeda, as a social worker, I'm sure you know that every day is totally different. We wear many hats at Sullivan, but in general, we focus in 3 areas. So one of them is academics, but it's way more than just what your schedule is. It's also how can we help you be as successful as possible at school. That leads us to helping you find out what you want to do after high school, after you leave us. So that is what college you maybe want to go to, what career you want to have. Maybe you want to join the military. Anything that you may want to do after high school, that is part of our job to help you figure that out. And then lastly, we also help you with any sort of personal stuff that might be going on. It might be affecting you academically, or it might be something that you're not really sharing with anybody and you need somebody to talk to, and that's where we come in.
Thank you very much, Miss Bruss. Mr. Brooks, my next question is for you. I've noticed that you guys are quite the diverse group of people. What kind of impact do you think that has on our students?
Yeah, I think it's really important for the students. We are a very diverse counseling staff. I think our school is extremely diverse, and I think it's really good for kids to see themselves, you know, in with the people they work with, the different counseling staff. We all bring different personalities, different unique skill sets, and I think it's really, really important for the kids to see.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Brooks. Ms. Susswell, my next question is for you. What makes the Sullivan counseling experience different from other schools?
Sullivan is really unique because we are a small school. Therefore, we can really get to know our students. So at some schools, you know, they have really large caseloads of students where it's hard to meet all the students. But at Sullivan, we have under 200 students per counselor. So we can really work on building strong relationships with students. We get to know a lot about them inside the classroom and outside the classroom. So that's what makes us unique because we have 4 counselors at a very small school.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, the numbers that we have here in terms of ratios. So as the refugee social worker, I just wanted to say what an honor it is to collaborate with all 4 of you. And I will see you guys soon. I miss you guys so much. And thank you for stopping by. Peace. My next guests are here to push you to the next level, mentally and physically. But make sure you get your physical exams in before you get started. Let's give a warm welcome to our coaches, Coach Javante, Coach Clark, and Coach K. Welcome again, folks. Coach Clark, what is it like to coach a team that's been to the state playoffs 3 years in a row?
Oh, it's awesome. I tell you, it's a wonderful feeling being here at Sullivan High School. Since I've been here at Sullivan, our principal teaches us what makes a school successful are the 3 A's: academics, art, and athletics. And that's what it comes in when it comes to sports. Our girls and our boys team, we have been climbing, getting better and better, which is making the school stronger.
Thank you, Coach Clark. I see that you brought one of your football players with you.
Yes, sir.
Marcus, could you tell us a little bit about your experience in the football program?
I love it. It's my experience was just so amazing. The past 4 years, the coaching with the coaches, I did build bonds with friends that I would never forget just within the 4 years. And I can honestly say the competition that we play and just playing sports or just going to a new environment or just seeing like the state playoffs, it's just amazing. The crowd at state playoffs is just like so like I want to say just like it takes you to another level.
I heard you won an award, Marcus. What award is it that you won?
I won all state. That's for the class of 4A. I can honestly say that's like a big accomplishment for me.
Thank you, Marcus. Coach Javante, my next question is for you. Could you talk to us a little bit about your cheer squad?
Hey, everybody. So cheer is actually transcending into something new here at Sullivan. It's typically the underdog sport of all sports, and I come from a strong cheer background. And so my goal is to, one, show the world that it is an actual sport. And so I work on that with anyone who joins the team. We focus a lot on technique. We focus a lot on discipline, both in and out of uniform, a lot of family bonding with us. And essentially, we are the epitome of being a Sullivan Tiger. So it's our job to get everybody else on board with that.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are all just like a big family in cheer. And that brings me to my next question, which is for Coach K. So, Coach K, so good to see you.
It's so good to see you, Coach Cepeda.
Oh, thanks. So one of the best parts about coaching alongside you is you're constantly yelling at students nicely in Greek. And, I can say it feels like family.
Encouraging.
Yeah, encouraging. And I'd like you to just talk a little bit about like that family feel that we have in the sports.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons that people join sports, right? And we're fortunate at Sullivan that family is one of our 4 pillars, along with integrity, service, and tenacity. But we start with family first, and that's really evident in our sports teams. If you join a sports team at Sullivan, and I have the pleasure, along with you, Coach Cepeda, to coach both boys and girls soccer, you will become part of a family. And just like real families, we will be obnoxiously close to each other. We will be pushing each other. We will be competing with each other. Sometimes, things can get a little aggressive, but at the end of the day, we love each other. We look out for each other, and all we want is the best for each other. And without that family aspect of a team, it's really difficult to achieve all that you can. So having your brothers and sisters next to you, pushing you forward, is probably the best thing about joining a sports team at Sullivan.
Thank you, Coach K. That's definitely what I enjoy too. So Oyenda and Riley, you're both here too to represent the sports. I want to know a little bit from your perspective. Let's start with Oyenda. What sports do you play, and what have you enjoyed the most about playing those sports?
So I run track and cross country, and so far I think the best thing about being on a team is the wins and the losses, especially the losses, if I'm being honest. It's nice to just know that even though you didn't get the gold or the prize, there's always someone who's gonna be like, you got it next time. Our coach is like really supportive. He's like, they're always there. So it's kind of like a family you build upon. So it's really nice to get that feel, even like after you don't win the race or whatever. So, yeah.
Sounds like it's about more than just winning. That's awesome. Thank you, Oyenda. I'd like to give Riley a chance to speak now too. So Riley, you and Oyenda both take advantage of a lot of the activities and the academic opportunities at school. So why sports too, Riley? Why are you also doing sports? Don't you already have enough to do?
Yeah, I decided to do sports as well because I really enjoy playing soccer. I'm a part of the girls' soccer team, and playing soccer is something that has always brought a lot of joy to me, and I decided that I really want to do it. And even though I have a lot of things that I do as well as play soccer, I communicate well with my coaches so that I can be able to do those things while playing soccer as well. And it's just something that's made me feel more a part of a family because our soccer team is like a family. And that's why I really enjoy doing sports.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing your experience. I've learned so much more about our Sullivan sports programs. And now we're going to take a quick break. and jump over to our next Sullivan correspondent, Mr. Assistant Principal Fasana. Hey, Mr. Fasana.
Hey, Mr. Zepeda.
Where are you?
Well, I'm here on the weight room here at Sullivan High School. It's right on the second floor, right in the midst of most of our classes and highest traffic. And this weight room was probably built together in I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, and we've been adding to it ever since. Really trying to give the students and the staff a place where they can get a little bit more physically fit, do that whole person kind of thing. And in fact, Mr. Thomas is here lifting weights as I speak.
Huh. Coach Major, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, so when do students have access to this room, and what is your involvement with the room?
Well, I'm a PE teacher. I also coach football and wrestling. The students have access to the weight room 2 days a week as part of our PE curriculum. And then they also lift after school if they're a member of our football team or wrestling team. We also just recently pumped in about $20,000 worth of equipment into our weight room. We got more ellipticals so that we could stay more Sullivan fit. We got heavier dumbbells because our guys are getting a lot stronger, so we could stay Sullivan strong. It's really a great improvement to our weight room, and it'll continue being Tiger, so that we can be Tiger tough.
All right. Thank you, Coach Major. That was awesome. So speaking of health, our next guest comes from a place where they're going to make sure that you're feeling 100% in terms of your health and a lot of other aspects of your life. Let's welcome Javante Barber from our clinic. Hey, Javante.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. So what is your job, and why on earth do we have a full-blown clinic at Sullivan?
So I'm actually the school relations coordinator for Sullivan, and the clinic that we have here is run by Heartland Health Centers. There's a clinic at our school. Sullivan has a huge refugee population, and a lot of our kids don't have access to health care, essentially. And so by having a clinic here at the school, we are all that they need us to be.
What kind of services do you have at the clinic, and who can go?
Well, anyone can go, including staff here at the school. We have a full-time nurse practitioner who can prescribe, medicate, refer out. We have a licensed clinical social worker. We have a psychiatrist that comes through, a full-time medical assistant. Basically, what you get at your doctor's office, you're going to get at a teenage level here at the high school.
So it's more than just I got a boo-boo.
More than just I got a boo-boo.
Thank you again, Javante. I'm going to have to make sure I get my flu shot from you guys next year, and maybe even that COVID-19 shot from you guys. So thank you again. Next up, they're not the soccer team. They're not the baseball team, nor are they the underwater hockey team. Let's give it up for the freshman team. Hey, everybody.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Miss Aviles, welcome. Thank you for coming. I've heard a lot about this thing called personalized learning. It's like this big buzzword, and from what I hear, you just throw kids in front of computers, right?
So that's a big misconception. A lot of people really think that personalized learning just means like you're going to put a kid onto the computer and that's all they're going to do all day. They'll never have time to interact with anyone or look at things that interest them. And that's something that's really popular that people believe, but it's not in fact the truth. What personalized learning is at Sullivan is just the focus on knowing that every person is unique and every person has their own interests and needs and abilities. None of us are the same, and none of us respond to the same type of methods or things. Uniformity, whether in any way, right? Uniformity of curriculum, uniformity of approach, it doesn't take into consideration our diversities as people, and it certainly doesn't do anything to celebrate our diversities. Having a uniform approach to learning would never be equitable or effective, and we at Sullivan really pride ourselves on getting to know our students and tailoring our instruction and curriculum to meet their ability levels, their needs, and their interests. Our goal as a ninth grade team is really just to empower scholars to follow their passions and to grow academically and to better know and love themselves as people. Because we think that if they are equipped with these skills when they leave ninth grade, that they're going to be holistically prepared just for the rest of high school and whatever they decide to do with their post-secondary life. I actually think students say it better than teachers. So why don't you take a check-in with Huzefa?
Like Ms. Aviles had said, from my standpoint, my viewpoint, my perspective, personalized learning is when the teachers treat you more than just a student. They treat you like you're a human being, not just someone who's just, like a robot or something. They treat you, noticing the fact that you have emotions, you strive for, greatness, you have dedication in life, you have things you have to do, desires, and they help you get there. And what personalized learning is, for example, there's a city year. Our city year teachers are very good. They help you after school, during school, all these assistant teachers to help you with your work. There's also freshman seminar, which also helps, most of the freshmen coming in get more of, their bearings right, and get their work together, get their life together.
It sounds like this personalized learning thing is a little bit more than what I thought it was. But Ms. Kordek, does it actually do anything? Like, you're a science teacher. Like, what's the data? What's going on here?
Oh yeah, I'm all about data, so it totally does work. We do learn about the whole person and throughout the whole year, and it's great to watch students grow as a whole person. Our ninth grade team, though, has also seen record academic growth. We have seen that students have increased reading levels by 2 full grade levels in the past 3 years, which is amazing. Over 90% of our freshmen have also shown growth in both math and reading sections on the PSAT, which is the highest growth percentage in the network. So that's a plus. We also communicate data to other grade levels so that we could use that data for more PL learning throughout the 4 years. Oh yeah. And then the success does not stop there. We were shouted out by Dr. Jackson for our efforts in providing social and emotional support and education. And the Freshman Capstone Project has also garnered the interest of Congressman Jan Schakowsky and the Rogers Park, Chicago community. So all of this is pretty epic.
So personalized learning really is making a difference. So now it's time for me to bring up my favorite department, because it's my department. It's the Newcomer Center. And I'm going to welcome Miss Handley so we can both talk about the Newcomer Center. Hey, Miss Handley.
Hey, Mr. Zepeda.
Hey, so Miss Handley, you and I both work at the Newcomer Center, and whenever I tell people that I work at a Newcomer Center, people are always like, so you have a separate freshman campus? Is that what you have? And I'm just like, no. It's for immigrants. It's for refugees, people who are new to the country. Can you talk a little bit more about like what we do in our Newcomer Center?
Absolutely. So our Newcomer Center is our International Academy at Sullivan High School. The International Academy serves students grades 9 through 12 who are new to this country. So we have a lot of unique needs for our kids, and so we worked really hard to create a department that helps to serve all of those needs as much as we can. So the first way that we do that is through our EL cohorts. So with our EL cohorts, our students are grouped according to their language level as opposed to their grade level. So our kids are learning English language, they're learning academic English, they're learning English for math and science and social studies and civics. And we have a variety of extracurriculars for them and fine arts, but they are learning it at their language level with their peers. So that also gives our kids a chance to advance in the program and even to go to English language arts when they're ready. So that's a good thing. But just as importantly, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that we also offer social work services for our kids because, again, they have unique needs in our department and we try to meet those. So we are so lucky we have our very own social worker in our department. That happens to be you, Mr. Zepeda. So since we do have our own social worker, we are able to offer trauma-informed classroom intervention. We are able to offer social and emotional classes and workshops, life skills. And we're also able to offer individual therapy when that's needed. So that is a really good thing. So our team is amazing in this department. I can't say enough about our team, but we don't work alone. We've also partnered with other organizations like Literature for All of Us, the Chicago Refugee Coalition, a lot of refugee agencies, Girl Forward. We have a youth job program, and we also work with Loyola University for resources and curriculum, and so that we can keep learning and helping our students. So it's a department I'm very proud of.
Me too, Miss Hanley. Me too. Stay put, Miss Hanley, because it looks like we're going to go back to our Sullivan correspondent, Assistant Principal Fasana. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
That does not look like the weight room. So what is that?
Well, this is our Ellen Glasser Global Center. This was actually recently done last year, and it is kind of a celebration of really what Sullivan is. You know, Sullivan's pretty unique. We come from all different places around the world. And so the students and the staff really put some good thought into designing this, that just to be able to represent all the different cultures and all the different perspectives that come in through our doors every day. And we wanted to give Sullivan and its students just kind of a home away from their home, wherever they came from.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty comfy place to hang out, Miss Hanley. Is that all there is to this space?
Well, yes, it is a very comfortable place to hang out. That's how we designed it. But no, that is not all there is to this space. This space does so much more. Our EL department office is housed there. We also have a really nice, new, comfortable space with couches and a smart board, all the art around the room that makes it feel so welcoming. But this is the room where we have a drop-in center. So our students can come in for homework help. They can come in for our Thursday social and emotional learning workshops. They can come in with teachers to do projects, to study together, to ask questions. We have volunteers that come in with our partners that volunteer with us. And what is so wonderful about it is that, you know, they can ask questions about general problem solving. So they can come in and ask for help with algebra or trigonometry or US history, but they can also come in and ask for help with calling a utility company or trying to translate something in the right way. So we are just there to help them with anything. So this is our family space.
Well, thank you, Miss Hanley. Mr. Fasana, I heard that there's a clothing closet in there too?
You know, Mr. Zepeda, there is. And much thanks to you, one of the things that we do and the community partners that we have, you've helped bring really all the needs that the students have. And you know, fortunately, unfortunately, that also means clothing. So we do have a variety of clothing that our students can come in and just fill the needs of themselves or other family members that they have.
Thank you, Mr. Fasana. And thank you both again for joining me on this tour of the Glasser Global Center. My next guest runs a $100,000 federal grant. Let's figure out what that's all about. Let's give it up for Mr. Jordan Johnson and his guests Beatrice and Sarah. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Mr. Johnson, this grant that you run, that's quite a big chunk of cash. How do you spend all of that? And where is my Lambo?
I wish I could give you your Lambo, but the cash is only for programming at Sullivan High School. So my name is Jordan Johnson. Like you said, I'm the resource coordinator from Loyola at Sullivan High School. And my job is to use that grant from Loyola to Sullivan High School for in-school programming and also for mostly after-school programming that deals with students' interests, but also what the school needs. So we have academic programming such as tutoring, EL tutoring, math tutoring, things like that. But we also have enrichment and our music program, we have digital media, we have cooking club, we have a poetry club, and all of these programs, such as our dance and things of that nature, sometimes we put them all together in different programs and assemblies, and we put kids in the spotlight led by our student voice committee. And it's a great way to just keep kids active after school in a positive environment, also developing your mind and life skills and things of that nature.
Seems pretty legit. So I'd like to hear directly from some students that you brought with you. Beatrice, I've seen you perform on stage quite a few times. Could you talk to us a little bit about activities that you do and why you do them, specifically SVC and African dance?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a member of the Student Voice Committee and the Student Council, and I'm also the student representative for the local school council. What Student Voice Committee and Student Council members do is we come together as a team to figure out what different things we could do to make our school fun and better. And I recently joined African dance my senior year because I like dancing, and I told myself, why not? It looks fun. And the girls there were very welcoming, and they were fun and very supportive.
Yeah, and you girls aren't even from the same country too,
Yeah,
which I think is super cool.
Different countries.
Sarah, can I get your perspective on this too? I know that you do rock band and pep band, and just let me know what your perspective is on this.
So I have been very much into the music part of our school, and I have loved it ever since the first day. I have never been into such a curriculum where they take modern band music, not just classical band and all that. So they were great. They helped expand me as a musician. I really enjoyed singing, so they got me to be a singer in one of the bands. And it's just really nice because they hook you up with being able to perform, and then also pep band, we've been practicing with our instruments, so they still keep to a root while still letting us expand in different ways,
Thanks for sharing that, Sarah. It's great to work with all three of you in different capacities. So I can't wait for fall when we can see each other again. Thank you so much for coming again, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? My next guests represent the Arts and Wellness Department. I wonder if any of them can help me become the next Bad Bunny. Let's give a warm welcome to Miss Spencer, Miss Lawrence, and I see that you've brought a couple students with you. Would everybody like to introduce themselves and talk a little bit about their relationship with the arts and wellness?
Sure, thanks, Mr. Zepeda. So our Arts and Wellness Department at other schools is called the Electives Department. And the reason why we call it Arts and Wellness here is because we really think that talks about the importance of what we do in our department. And so who our department is we are JROTC, we're the Spanish classes, we are PE, and then we are our arts classes. For a small school, we have a really robust arts program. We have 2 art teachers, we have a visual arts teacher, and we have a digital media teacher, which is myself. And you guys can stay tuned because we're about to have a tour of my beautiful space. So some of the things that we know are important about our classes is that students use these classes to build community with one another. We see attendance improve in students who are involved in our classes. And there's actually a lot of research to say that students who are involved in the arts have higher graduation rates and they have more success in college. So we really believe what we do is important. Students learn to collaborate, they learn to manage projects, and it's also a place where young people can process the trauma that they've experienced, and that we can really learn about who we are and what our place is in the world. So I want to introduce some of the students to talk about it. Let's start with Latoya.
Yeah, so I'm in visual arts with Miss H as my teacher. So I really love being creative. So being in this class has really expanded my creative ability. We learn something new almost every other week, and then we take what we learn to create art that's our own style. We get a lot of great opportunities in this class. I was able to enter into a competition to create the HOSA state pin that will represent Illinois HOSA. So we'll also have the opportunity to have our art posted around the school for our peers to see. So this class has really pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and try new things.
That's great, Latoya. Mohammed, can you talk about your experience in the Arts and Wellness Department?
Hi, my name is Mohammed, class of 2020. I started art and wellness in my freshman year. My first was BE, which is I started doing weightlifting. and it's gym as well. I started doing weightlifting because it helps me a lot with my confidence, and my body shape has been changed a lot since I started from my freshman year to my senior year. And I did weightlifting because I'm a wrestler and a soccer player, and it's improved me a lot. And the second class I'm involved in, it's digital media, which is I started my senior year this year, and it helped me a lot with my YouTube channel and make me make better quality videos and make me think more about the ideas that I put in my videos, which has helped me get over 50,000 subscribers. And my third class is music, which has helped me with making songs for my videos as well. And it's like really fun to be in music class. It make me get more friends and more relationship.
That's great, Mohammed. Thank you very much. Mary, tell us about your experience in the Arts and Wellness Department.
Hi, my name is Miriam. I'm part of the digital media program, and there we get to learn about the media art, how to work a camera, how to take videos, how to edit videos, and all that. I started taking it junior year, and during that time, I made a video about the Black History Month, where I interviewed staff and students from our school, and I took the video to our the civics annual showcase, which I won first place in. They really liked the video. Without like learning how to edit videos and do all that, I would have never been able to capture the moment, what happened during the event, to show people like what happened during that time. It was a really fun experience. Now I know like a lot of things, like how to work a camera, that I can use, like take people pictures, and that could also like be a side job for me when I like graduate high school. And yeah, it was like a really fun class to take, so I really recommend it for coming.
Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that recommendation. Go ahead, Sarah, tell us about your experience.
Lately, I've actually been working on trying to get to the advanced arts program because music is part of my life like so prominently. My teacher suggested that I should submit a video and maybe audition to do advanced arts next year. And I did, and they accepted me. So I'm really excited because it really helps like give me more opportunity for my music to be like showcased and for me to just work on my music as well with other people.
That's really awesome. I'm so glad to hear about all the good work you're doing, Miss Spencer. Miss Lawrence, and my question is for you. If Keyboard Cat can go viral on YouTube, why can't I go viral with my music?
You know, Mr. Zapata, I wish I had an answer for that. You know, what's really cool about music at Sullivan is that we teach through a modern band curriculum, which is actually like doing rock band every day. It's the coolest thing. So our students get to pick whatever instrument they want to learn. They can learn guitar, bass guitar, piano, drum set, they can sing, and that's what we get to do all day, every day. We just get to go to rock band. We've developed a music therapy class over the past 2 years for our low instance department. And I think honestly, one of the coolest parts about working at Sullivan and teaching at Sullivan, Mr. Zapata, you're part of this too, is we do a week-long rock camp during the summer, right? Like in the middle of August. And you know, we just go to school with our students, we hang out, we make music, we eat free food. It's always plus, you know, and then, and you know, our students get daily private lessons on their instruments. And then at the end of the week, we perform at the Glenwood Arts Festival on Morse. And it's the coolest thing to get to put our students out in front of the community and really showcase what hard work that they put in. It's the best way to start back in the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, it sounds like Arts and Wellness is doing a lot of really, really awesome stuff. Miss Spencer, can you please stick around, because I'm getting a message from our producer that we have our next virtual tour coming up. So let's go back to our Sullivan correspondent, Mr. Assistant Principal Fasana.
Woo, yeah. I'm heading up to the 3rd floor, dodging construction equipment. You know, they're doing that $25 million improvement on the school, and I'm gonna just head into the digital media room.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Mr. Thomas. Assistant Principal Facade, how are you?
Hey, so Miss Spencer, what are we looking at here?
So this is the beautiful digital media lab. I'm so grateful to have been able to come to Sullivan and found this lab. And you can see we have a brand new full Mac lab here. It's a beautiful space with beautiful technology. One of the powerful things about our program is that we're really giving students professional equipment to use to learn about photography, filmmaking, digital music. And so you can see these are professional quality lights. We have DSLR cameras, we have video cameras. So we have really state-of-the-art equipment that our students are using. And everything that we do in this space is rooted in the idea of media literacy, which is understanding media and being able to make media that tells your story. And one of my favorite things in the room, and it's also students' favorite things, are this beautiful recording studio. And this is a professional recording studio with beautiful instruments. You can see that awesome mic that we have, but this is a favorite of students who are interested in making music, and so grateful to have this space.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Ms. Spencer, for sharing that with us. Right. So, Mr. Fasana, you were previously a teacher and a dean at Lakeview High School, correct? And now you've been at Sullivan for 8 years. You started off as the Director of Culture and Climate, and then transitioned into an assistant principal position. You own a lot of the work with our community partners. Why are you bringing all these people in? Why can't we just do all the work ourselves, Mr. Fasana?
Thank you, Mr. Zepeda. It's been a lot of fun over the last 8 years that I've been here. And one of the best parts of my job is working with our community partners. And I gotta say, we have some of the best partners that I think schools could have, and they really are partners. We have almost 20 of them: City Year, Step Up, Emoja, BAM, Embark, Rogers Park Builders Group, Girls Forward, Youth Job Center, Loyola University, Alternatives, LEAP. I could go on, but I can tell you that their partnership is valued. And they don't come in and tell us what we should do, and we certainly don't tell them what they should do. The best part about them is they truly collaborate with us to find out what our students need and what our staff needs. And as a result, over the last 7-8 years, our attendance has grown 10%. Our suspensions in 2013 was a really gross 472, and last year we only had 32. And that's not to say that we don't find discipline needed sometimes, but our students have learned through our partnerships our values: family and integrity, service and tenacity, and they find out working through problems in a more effective and restorative way just gets things done better. And as Ms. Kordak mentioned before, our freshman on track rate leads the network.
It really does take a village then, doesn't it, Mr. Fasana?
It does, and we're very fortunate to have them.
Thank you. So it seems like we've come to the end of our time together, unfortunately, but we've heard a lot from adults, and now I want to hear a little bit more from our students who can really tell us the Sullivan story. And I've brought them here to finish off this video by asking, why Sullivan?
You should choose Sullivan because it offers so many great opportunities, like all of the clubs and sports, and even the opportunity to go to Germany. And also, there are so many great staff members and students there that treat you like a family, and it's just an overall amazing place.
I chose Sullivan because it gives us a lot of opportunities that it really benefits us after high school, especially if you are planning to go to college. And if we come all of us together, we come as a family, and the teachers are really supportive in the school. That's why I chose Sullivan.
Sullivan is one of the best schools that you could possibly go to because the teachers and the staff are all just like family. They want what's best for you, and they want to do their best to help you get that, to get whatever you want in life, So for example, I love music. They help me go get music. Anyone in the medical field, they'll help them become doctors or nurses or anything they want to be.
Sullivan for me has been a new experience. I've always been in big schools, but coming to a smaller school that just has a smaller community that provides support, diversity, the people, the communication, everything has just been pretty much wonderful. That's all I can say. Sullivan is the best. I love it.
I chose Sullivan because when I first got here, I didn't know anyone and no one speak my language except a couple of people who was in Sullivan High School. So I chose Sullivan and they helped me a lot and they helped me with my language as well. And Sullivan, it's like a second family for me.
Sullivan is the best place to be if you want a place where you get attention, a lot of attention handed to you, and you want a place like where there's a lot of fun and like academics at the same time and a lot of activities. Sullivan is the place to be, and Sullivan helps you where like after high school, they don't just help you like through high school. They still help you like after high school and in difficult times like the time we're in right now.
If you want to have a great high school experience surrounded by people who love you, genuinely care for you, and teachers and staff that actually are going to guide you onto a great post-secondary, adventure and help you, in life a lot, academically, mentally, physically, and everything, then you should definitely come over here with all the opportunities there are, all the clubs, everything. I can go on and on. But yeah, that's why you should come to Sullivan.
You should choose Sullivan because the teachers, the staff, and even the students truly care about your success. Sullivan will give you the support, knowledge, and opportunities you need to figure out what career path you feel will best fit you.